Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Dominic, aka Dominic Cyber Genius, and I'm coming back to you guys with another video. This video is going to be about the University of Manchester, how they just suffered a cyber attack. I'm going to break down what happened, what went on, and my intake. So let's get to it, and let's break it down in the Cyber Threat Intelligence Report, baby. As you see here on my screen, I have my Cyber Threat Intelligence Report on the left. And for those that don't know, the University of Manchester has issued out a warning to its staff as well as its students that they just suffered a data breach. It hasn't been disclosed what information was stolen yet, but they did say that they suffered a cyber attack and that the threat actors behind it most likely stole data from its network. For those that don't know, this university is a very successful and big university. It is a public research institute. It's one of the biggest in the UK, and it has also one of the largest and most successful education and research hubs within the UK. And it has over 10,000 staff, as well as over 45,000 students. So you can kind of get a glimpse of, the students, how much people they actually have, and kind of get in your mind what or how much information was actually stolen. Because it was 45,000 records, and hey, that's a hell of a lot. So let's break it down even more. The university did say that the data breach occurred about, I believe, last week or this week around June 6th and on a Tuesday. And once it happened, they immediately launched an investigation about it. And this is still pretty new. It's still ongoing. It only happened a few days ago, but they are still, having an open investigation. The university did say that they were informing all the relevant authorities and law enforcement. This includes some of them called the Information Commissioner's Office, the National Cybersecurity Center, and the National Crime Agency. And they contacted all of them due to the data breach. I know that you have to contact law enforcement to give them the dealio, the details, especially when specific amount of people are affected and you are actually by law required to actually inform law enforcement. If not, you'll be in big doo-doo and you may get in trouble and your reputation may get tarnished. Next, as we move down to my TTPs, this is based off of data breaches. They haven't said what specifically was stolen, but these are usually the TTPs that I kind of find when it comes to data breaches and what really goes on. So impact, data manipulation, and destruction. Usually when threat actors target schools, they're trying to get specific information and then they end up leaking that information on their hacking forum or just on the dark web, period. And when it's leaked, then that allows for other threat actors to gather that information, steal it, conduct social engineering or phishing attacks, and do whatever it is that they want to that sensitive information. Next, I got reconnaissance, so gather victim identity information and phishing for information. Yes, I know they have not said specifically what was stolen, but usually when something like this occurs, the things that get stolen are emails, maybe stuff within their IT infrastructure, names, enrollment information, and just stuff that allows you to know who a student really is. So that's why I put gather victim identity information. And then phishing for information is because once this data breach occurs, now threat actors can use it to lure victims into giving up more personal information that are from that school. Next, resource development. This is obviously a compromise in their accounts and infrastructure. We'll see in the next few days what is actually affected. We don't know if it's credentials. We don't know if it's names and emails. Usually it is that, but we'll have to figure it out soon. Next, credential access. I got exploitation for credential access, unsecured credentials. And then the last three, I got privilege escalation, exfiltration, and initial access. No matter what, they still have to set up some type of exploration tool to actually be able to exfiltrate and get out all that information from the university's systems. Next, I got the affected assets and organizational impact. So the cyber attack had a broad impact on the university. It did cause a lot of disruption to essential services like online meetings and emails and different things like that. So when they do this, I believe these threat actors have an intent to be able to disrupt services. So they want to make it to where people can't do their schoolwork, right? Or where faculty can't put out assignments or do different things like that. You've seen it plenty of times when it comes to these different data breaches on schools. And the extent of the stolen data is not entirely clear yet, but given the level of its disruption, it could be significant. The timing is also a concern as it happened during exam period, and it's actually affecting students directly. Exams are very important. Exams help you get into better classes. Exams help you graduate. So within the school means, so you just got to be careful. And this is a very serious situation. This is a very serious situation. Sorry for the butcher. Lastly, we got mitigation and response. So upon discovering the attack, the university did quickly take steps to limit the damage and limit the spread of this data breach, where they were, shutting down different affected services. And to prevent these attacks from happening in the future, you want to make sure that it's important for everyone to be vigilant as well as aware of these potentially harmful emails. Because yes, they suffered a data breach. Not everybody can protect themselves from being attacked, but you want to make sure that students and faculty are prepared and actually know how to recognize phishing emails and make sure that they don't fall for these scams. Other measures include keeping software up to date, separating network areas, and always regularly backing up important data. And the university security team should also look at it and look into better ways to spot and deal with these type of threats when it comes to that. And that's really it for my cyber threat intelligence report. And the last part I wanted to go over is, why are universities being attacked? Why do they suffer these data breaches? The reason why is because threat actors see them as a valuable target. One, they have a bunch of sensitive information like people's names, email addresses, socials, payment information, enrollment dates, student IDs, different things like that. They have that personal information. That is very tempting for threat actors. But the other thing is that they know that some of these schools don't have proper cybersecurity infrastructures. They don't have the proper team, right? They may be limited, or they may not even have a team at all because that's not their priority. Cybersecurity, like everything else, is an expense, and cybersecurity tends to be put at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to school. Usually when schools are making their budgets, they're putting the education at the highest level, and then they're putting the facilities, and then whatever is below that. And typically cybersecurity is at the bottom or not even on it at all. And because of it, threat actors know that if they conduct a cyber attack on such and such university or school, they know that that university and school doesn't have enough resources to, one, withstand a cyber attack and recover from it. So that's why they end up attacking them, because they don't have enough resources to actually combat the attack all together. And they know that if they suffer it, they can't afford to, so then they'll end up paying a ransom, or they'll be more likely inclined to actually do that. So that's why threat actors target the education sector and specific universities. And that's a wrap for my cyber threat intelligence report. I got the energy today, baby. Let's go. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something today. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. You already know what to do, crew. It's your boy, Dom. And I'm out. Peace.